It's Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home.
Nkwaniza kumkutu number 1 mu Diaspora bagita Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home. Omkutu kosanga abantu abenjawulo tukwechina ebintu ebyenjawulo tunyuma Emboozi ezenjawulo onyumirwa Flavia baby wali wonna chikala Isaac Case wali wonna ate team eri Uganda. Big up on yourself mwana mnenza Eric Mbowa abaitire Emboozi ezenjawulo ezikuta abantu mbabiro ngamba tuliwo kubavumbulya bipya today tomorrow the other day. Omukulu Wycliffe Liyombi kutumideko ogambo kya munange namwe nabe tukola nabo mbagala nnyo akalibala nkubuzaako mugamba muti akali atula ndina omukulu banange tegeza commenting about my height be
Eric Mbowa yani
Eric Mbowa ye presenting area Uganda ku Diaspora Connect UG kati ntujitumye Diaspora Connect Command Center wano mu Diaspora
kasana nkalaba
nsanze kulaba
nange nsanze okulaba
ogambo otya
bulungi
kati tontunula nnyo boti like ogenda kunswaza kakwenza
anti kati olina okuyimirira wano
bwenti
like that.
Okay, so kati bono gwe mwana gwali muwanvu olimba nnyo kakwenza oli muwanvu.
Of course this is a generation of tall people.
Oli muwanvu kyenkana
waraba omumpi kuba ku mutwe
eyenze
waraba. Let me tell you something. I have an OG of mine muwanvu nganze. Okay, si muwanvu nganze naye nga wano kati yafumbirwa akasajja akampe wekati kati bwakomawo wakakata akasajja ke kaavu bambe tekakola kati bwakomawo waka bwaba akuba abaana akubiramu ne bawe I'm not lying. So when she's beating the children, she accidentally beats the husband. So this is a generation. Buli omwana onye munne oba mumpi. If you are a short man, look for a shorter woman. But if you are a tall man,
look for a tall woman.
No. You can even, crossbreeding. You can even look for a short woman so that you equalize that.
They measure the shoulders, right?
Yeah, one.
Jesus Christ, also as wala inside. Nsanza kulaba. Ogamba chi?
I'm okay.
Bigenda bit.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Miles away from home.
I know. How does it feel?
It doesn't feel good for me. And maybe it is feeling good for you.
You miss home so much?
Of course, home is home. But anyway, home is where you find peace, where you're secure. So I believe here it is home too. But my heart is in Uganda.
Your body is in America, your heart is in Uganda.
My soul is in Uganda.
Your soul is in Uganda.
Is there a country that is as beautiful as Uganda?
Wallahi Teddy, Uganda will always be Uganda. It will always be the best.
Yeah.
How have you been? How is Germany?
But I don't miss the potholes. I don't miss the mosquitoes. I don't miss the dust.
What do you miss?
I don't miss the stench from Nachivubu. I don't miss the traffic jam.
Traffic walk mkwano.
So maybe only here. I don't miss that craziness on the road, the taxis and what.
The border borders. I miss border borders kakwenza. Zinaina border kubuli stage. Allah, nganyina wano ku New Vision, nganyine wakama sanafu, nganyina ku Lubiri, buli stage ya border nganyina wa border.
Are you sure?
Ku Wilson Road yawo na wonanga.
If you were a man, I would really understand. Omanya abasajja be Kampala. Kamba muteka ku border. I mean tuka ku border stage eyo. Onkubire kusimu. So I would understand, but you are a woman.
Yes, I'm a woman, but I had to have at least one because one name ja bode mingi. One obulambu kwanguyira.
Obo yagala kikomando ndeterayo.
Osheged. Bobo yagala olugambo ku kyalo. Olufuna mangu. Buli kimwe ekikwatagana ku kyalo. So you don't miss out on anything.
Okay.
So besides that, kale regardless. Bigenda bicha?
Bulungi.
Kulikayo
Ewa.
Uganda.
That is about 2 years ago.
2 years
so
ago,
I think that welcoming has really expired.
Really? It has not mwezi gwe kusosokola kachango ovaayo.
Are you sure?
Yes, nakulaba ddi.
But virtually we have been meeting.
Yeah, virtually, but ngamba physically.
Even in the dreams.
Yeah, we've been meeting in the dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, party. No.
It doesn't matter whether the dreams were wet or dry. All dreams are dreams, my dear.
And they're all valid.
Yeah.
Kale lugudde ku myolo muganda yeekaabire.
You're looking good, by the way.
You look good too, kakwenza. Sanso kulaba. Rukirabashaija.
Yeah, you've just seen me because I'm healed. That's why you're saying I look good. But previously, you wouldn't really want to look at me. I was looking very horrible.
Either way, yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Naked, you look good, eh?
Yeah, I've healed, you see.
The scars have all gone away.
My nails have grown back.
Oh, they were all taken out?
Yeah, you saw my pictures.
I saw
now
them.
They are back. But please don't remind me about that.
I know. Sagala genda yo nange naye olumu weesanga ng'ogenzeeyo. Nejagala okubuuza naye kiki ennyo. Nola ne ngamba naye it is okay. Bigenda bitya?
Bulungi.
Kati kambuze, are you in exile?
Yeah, I'm in exile. I'm in forced exile.
Forced exile. Forced exile yeeriwa?
I was forced out of my country without my will. So
did they?
I did, yeah.
Kakwenza. They forced you out?
You didn't see them confiscating my passport and
I did, I saw that.
They wanted me to die. So I had to flee.
Oh my God.
On a witch broom.
I was going to ask you, how did you flee the country without your passport?
Using a witch broom stick.
That's impossible.
It is possible. You know, the advantage of being a writer is, I've been a writer, I've won awards, so my books have been read widely. So if I go somewhere, definitely I'm recognized. I didn't have any ID or passport when I fled, but when I arrived, wherever I arrived, I was quickly helped.
And here we are.
Yeah. I didn't have a passport, but I found myself in Europe. So writers, we are global citizens.
Ekyo kingambe but nenjagala kiwakanyamu but ate saagala kiwakanyamu ku camera kati
okukiwakanyamu, which evidence do you have to kukiwakanya? You should counter with some.
There has to be something hidden that you don't want to share with us, which is okay, by the way.
I narrated everything in my book, The Savage Avenger. So if you want to know how I fled the country without a passport, read The Savage Avenger.
The Savage Avenger is on Amazon. Just in case you're interested in buying that book, it's only $30. Genda ku Amazon bakakushipingire wona woli ku address yo akankali mukubo kajja. And he has lots of books, by the way, kakwenza. Atamutegera bulungi muwandiisi wa but watake nsi ku bunkenke mwana gwe.
Of course, you have to do something to take abagwagwa ku bunkenke. If they were not bagwagwa, I wouldn't have called them bagwagwa. Me, I'm a literature person. Muntu bwaba mugwagwa mugambe nti oli mugwagwa. Naye bino ebyokugamba nti, for example, in literature when you're describing, you describe things in their real, in their entirety. So omuntu bw'abeera ne pot belly, you cannot write that they have 6 packs. That is a lie. So kati omuntu bw'omugamba nti musilu and they say that you obavumye, it doesn't make sense. For example, things that are going on in Uganda in the parliament, they want to do foolish things. Foolish things, of course, are done by foolish people. So when you say so and so is foolish because they have done foolish things, is that abusing or is description?
Description.
Exactly. So nze seri antama.
Bwetemo okikubawo nga wekiri. Kakwenza ofa chinensi.
You see, let me tell you something. Me, I have children. And I don't want my children in the future to say that which kind of the world, which kind of country is this that our family tuzarira. So Tata Wafeya Tuzara, and he didn't do anything to extricate himself and us from such a condition. So I have to do something to make sure that my world gets better. So if they are plundering the country, if they are murdering everyone, and I'm just there seated folding my hands like I'm watching a football match, that is being irresponsible.
So you feel like you had to do something about it?
Yes. You see, the purpose of literature is to mirror the society which you're living in, to put it out there in the mirror for everyone to see. Previously I was writing fiction, and you know, it is through fiction that us writers tell the truth. So that is the purpose of literature. When you are a writer and you're living in a society that is encapsulated in a lot of problems, and you do not do something about that, to shine light in the hellholes of the impunity using a pen, definitely you are a very useless writer. So that is exactly what I did, and the government came after me and started harassing me. So exactly, I have answered your question.
For how long were you kept in there?
Where?
But I feel like safe house.
But for you, a journalist, you have been reading
Yes.
everything, and you know my problems with the state began long time ago, and every time I'm arrested, you see, not even arresting, it is called kidnapping. So if you have followed my story, it is not once or twice, but several times. So, and each time I get arrested, it is a different story. So
the fact that you've been arrested several times, now this last time,
I don't want to get depressed.
I'm sorry.
That's why.
What depresses him is we discussed it already.
No, you know, PTSD. Right now I'm suffering from severe PTSD, and it is triggered by such memories. Yeah, so that is the reason why I wrote a book about it, how I was kidnapped and tortured and fled to exile without a passport. So whoever asks me such questions, I tell them, go and read a book. The story is all over there. So that is the way I am circumventing the trigger.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kakwenza. Emboozi nyina bingi, but now
I'm here.
No. No, byonna byetololerawo. Kati I feel like because those that are watching bagala okumanya bingi. But again, I don't want to trigger your PTSD.
Whoever wants to know the story should go and buy the book. Actually, it is banned in Uganda. Oh, actually, all of my books. So
they are banned in Uganda?
Yeah, banned. Not banned.
Oh, yeah, they were banned in Uganda. Why? Like Babu Weda?
That is called social protest literature. You know, dictators or barbarians, they fear literature. They fear a pen more than they fear guns. So you see, you know King Leopold? He murdered 10 million Congolese. Do you know why he came down? Because of writers. Writers were harsh on him, and he lost. And even got depressed and died. The writers were incorruptible. He lost.
Are you incorruptible?
He died. If I were not incorruptible, I would be actually in Uganda, eating with a big spoon and driving around with bodyguards and, you know, rubbing shoulders with idiots. But because I'm not an idiot, I don't want to rub shoulders with such unclean people.
Hey. Kakwenza, let me
That's why I'm fighting them.
Are you still fighting them up to now?
Of course, there is until I win.
Okay, so what do you want to win?
If we get what we deserve.
As Ugandans?
Yes.
What do Ugandans deserve? For me. According to you, what do you think
Ugandans deserve? For you left Uganda and you came to the US.
Yes.
You see how things are working. You've seen the economic and political institutions that are inclusive, but in Uganda we have extractive ones. So that is what I want.
Kankubuuze Kakwenza, osuubira Munnayuganda asobola okola ki okulaba ng'afuna emirembe oba n'ezo services ze yeetaaga mu nsi ye Uganda?
Until Ugandans stop, I think Ugandans, they settle for less. I see in villages. Me, I've toured Uganda everywhere. There is no district that I've not been to. As a Ugandan, I have to tour my country, and I know where, because it is writing is kind of giving a diagnosis. So you cannot diagnose what you don't know.
Yes.
I'm like a politician, but I don't want to call myself a politician. Like Emboozi, there is no district or parish or whatever village he has not been to.
Yes, yes.
Same as I.
Yes.
I've been everywhere. So I cannot start diagnosing Uganda's problems. So I've been everywhere, so I know everywhere. So I know, like I have said, you left Uganda and you came here to the US, you have seen how things work. So we also want the things to work the same way. So in Ugandan villages, you find people expecting material benefits, condolences. They find they want ambulances, you know, from the MPs. You know, that is the patronage. They are supposed to light fire on the bottoms of their leaders to do service delivery. For example, omuntu abeera musiru, to vote a leader of parliament, a member of parliament, then that leader of parliament, nga mu constituency ye abaana be sije basomera, mu constituency ye tasobola kurwarirayo, but he's always in Kampala. That is why he hangs out, that is why he gets medication. Oftentimes they fly out. Abaana be basomera wabweru tebasomera na mu Uganda. But you continue voting for such a person. It is different here in the US. You find they are called what? Senator, Congress people. Where they come from in their constituency is where they get sick from.
You know, everything.
So it is different. So omuntu aliyo muna Uganda nga yo member of parliament abaana be tebasomera mu constituency iyo, he doesn't get sick from his constituency in the hospitals or death traps, whatever.
Hey.
And you still vote him.
For him, yes.
You are an idiot. Yeah. How will things change? How would things change? If Ugandans were civically woke, we wouldn't be encapsulated in these problems that we have now. A Ugandan who understands, a Ugandan who is patriotic, would never tolerate such stupidity, would never tolerate corruption, would never tolerate human rights violations, would not tolerate maladministration. You have seen in developed world, prime ministers or presidents speak just a small thing, a mistake, even a mistake, and they are impeached, yes, and they resign.
Yes.
But in Uganda, we have the prime minister, the vice president,
Baba Mabati,
Anita, the whole vice president, the whole speaker of parliament, Anita Among, steals Mabati. The whole speaker of parliament, who is supposed to be like a referee, but taking sides in legislative process, and she still keeps her position as a speaker of parliament. And the MPs cannot impeach her. That is bullshit. That is what I'm talking about. Ugandans must be civically woke, and all the problems will be done.
Labayo kakwenza. Uganda, Minister Bamabati, nibasibamu abamu abala nebagenda. Wali ebyana n'aba.
That is the death of our institutions. You see, democracy depends on strong and independent institutions. So if we had a strong judiciary, definitely these Mabati thieves, the director of public prosecution, yes, would have prosecuted all the Mabati thieves. It doesn't matter whether you did not steal directly, but
as long as your name comes up.
No, even if you are found in possession of the stolen property, you are a thief. Yeah.
But we only knew about Mabati.
Stealing is not only going to steal. Even being found in possession of the stolen property is stealing.
Oh gosh.
So all these Mabati thieves, you know, because Museveni is the biggest beneficiary of corruption. If you know, I remember him saying that his government would collapse if he started fighting corruption, and indeed it is true.
And at some point he was on somewhere. Was it in Corona Gamba? About developing Uganda, as if he was in support of corruption.
But he's also a thief, so a thief is also tolerating thieves. So and that's why he keeps recycling them, putting them here and there, regardless of whether they are competent or not.
Or not.
A nation cannot develop like that. We have seen nations that develop, post-independence nations that develop using the Singapore model, the Professor Lee Kuan Yew's model, the founding father. Meritocracy, honesty, and what are you saying?
Go ahead.
You see, honesty, you cannot put dishonest people in power, in positions of power. Meritocracy, you cannot put idiots in a position of power.
I love the way you call them idiots.
Yeah, they are idiots. What are they? They have failed. For 37 years, they have failed to develop the nation, and you call them human beings.
Can I ask you something? When I catch you, government in Uganda.
Chirunji, I don't see anything good. You see, I was born 2 years after Museveni took power. Yeah, so he's the only president that I've seen. But that doesn't mean that I'm an idiot. Me, I love to read history.
So
I'm so well versed with history. So I've read history, even pre-colonial history.
Yes.
Of our nations. I cannot say Uganda because there was no Uganda before before colonialism.
Yes.
So I've read all that history. I know how things used to work.
So
post-independence, there's nothing. What is there?
Okay.
There's absolutely
even
nothing.
Those days there's nothing good he did.
He was just entrenching himself in power. He was looking for the way to entrench himself in power. So he was just pretending.
Let's talk
it was just a pseudo-liberation. So you cannot call a pseudo-liberation. You cannot say that it was good at the beginning and then
somewhere it changed.
It is either good or good.
Diaspora connects UG.
Museveni came. What was the reason why he went to the bush?
To fight for
He
freedom.
got only one vote. So how can someone who got one vote say, I'm going to the bush?
Was it one vote, Kakwenza?
Even his wife didn't vote him.
Now you lie. That's a lie now.
I'm telling you. And then because he was sidelined, he was not invited in the cabinet, he decided to wage a war against the government. And he used one of the things that made him become president. He used economic sabotage and propaganda. Like, for example, when he fled the country and went to live in exile in Sweden, he had his passport, his family had passports, he doesn't even have a scar on his body. But he went and blackmailed the government of Obote that it is murdering people, it is torturing people, it is, they are stealing elections, and that they should isolate him. For me, I fled the country. My body was shredded. I was almost half dead. I didn't have a passport. So if you were to believe stories, my story and Museveni's, whom would you believe? Definitely you would believe me because me, I have evidence.
He doesn't have evidence.
Does he have evidence that he has ever been tortured? Or even he cannot prove that his election was stolen. He cannot prove that, he used blackmail and economic sabotage, just robbing banks, blowing off hospitals, bridges and whatnot, so that people outside or Ugandans, they would hate the Obote government. So they would put on the uniform of the army then, and they go to the villages, terrorize them, murder them and whatnot. And so the people would say, oh, we are tired of Obote. And he was the one doing exactly the same things. Yeah. So the things that made him go to the bush, corruption, human rights abuses, stealing elections. Museveni has never been a legitimate president of Uganda. getting guns, gathering guns and other people to go and fight the government, and then you install yourself in power. That is not democracy.
That's
that is
democracy.
not, yeah. So in 1996, at least I was about 8 years. I remember vividly the first election. It was so violent. In 2001, I was about 13. I voted, but
How?
I was 13.
How?
Because I was tall and they thought I was
Above 18.
And I remember even being arrested. They came and removed the roof
Who did
from
you vote
from our house.
Who did you
I
vote
was
for?
arrested. Of course, I voted for Besigye. How can I vote? Me,
So from when you're 13 till now, you voted for Besigye?
definitely.
Kakwenza nga tuwumbawumba njagala nkwemu kaiza akwatemu naye nga tanakwatamu njagala nsooke nkubuuze. Talk about the MK project that's eriko kati e Kampala mu Uganda.
What do you mean, Elkokati?
No, Ted Cocktail,
You
like,
see, let me tell you something.
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Generation.
Let me rephrase it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yogera ku MK project etambula mu byalo mu Uganda.
That is, you see, Muhoozi. You see, when he goes somewhere to give a speech, he calls himself a generation leader, and he's bankrolled Bamlikas. They call him a generational. They call him a generational leader. Of course, they have to, because he's bankrolling them. What message does he put out there for people to call him a generation leader? You have seen him read a speech of a birthday. And also says that you saw him recently in Bukedea where he went to grace that Plascon lady, the Mama Rususu. I mean, a monk. He was diagonizing people's problems. That the people's problem there is land fragmentation and dancing. Which kind of person says that?
And did he say that?
He said you should stop dancing and land fragmentation. And he started saying, Museveni oye, MK oye. Which kind of person is that? We have seen people that we admire. They give moving speeches. So surrounded by guns, surrounded by money, and he thinks that he can become president. We cannot replace a thief, a murderer, with another thief and murderer. It is like jumping from a frying pan and you go directly in the fire. So this MK project is just bullshit.
Mary Flavia.
MK project is just money and guns. So these fools who are not sure about Museveni's longevity,
2026.
they want to, opportunistically snuggle into Muhoozi's
project,
so that they can continue plundering, because definitely monkey see, monkey do. He has seen Museveni murder people. He has seen Museveni steal. So he wants to also to do the same. So the thieves that are surrounding Museveni, they are the same thieves that are now opportunistically want to surround Muhoozi. He only knows violence. He has no intellectual acuity. He only knows. That is why he's always praising the Putin, the barbaric people, the Putins and all that. So such a person, to make him a president, really, I don't understand that.
Kakwenza neyanza nyo neyanzega. Webale kuiza okujja tukyalira. Kunyaga nkwemukeze dakika 2. Anko kawalya. Mkuwa mwami ono mubale dakika 2 zokka. Nange nze makima bega camera. Nenga mze Mary Flavia na Mlindwa. I love my name so much and today is my birthday, so guys enjoy. Hey, thank you so. Kakwenza aswaza. Kakwenza oswaza.
How old are you today?
You're hugging me 23. You're hugging me ngakoma waneno.
I thought you were 18. I'm 23.
I'm 18, 23. Just say baby kao. I'm 18, 19, 20, 23.
But let me ask you something. How do you feel when you hug a tall person?
I feel good, but this was
you feel protected.
Let me see.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Okay.
You feel protected.
Somehow.
You have to marry a tall person.
But my ex was taller than you.
Really?
Yes.
So tall people don't normally end relationships. What happened?
Because he was too tall, I couldn't kiss him. That's why I had to end it.
Ambrin's store is a trend-setting men and women's store located in California at 7142 Owensmouth Avenue, Canoga Park. We do all kinds of wear for both men and women, from Islamic wears, casual wears, African wears, gomesi, bags, mention it. We have a wide range of perfumes and odds. Ladies, we have your beauty spot. Come and improve your fashion and beauty shopping experience. Located 7142 Owensmouth Avenue, Canoga Park, California 91303. Email info@abrinsonline.com. Call or text on WhatsApp at +1 818 564 4746 or +1 8185 186 852. Or check out our website www.abrinsonline.com. Don't forget, most of the shopping is done from the website. Ambrin's Store, your trend-setting fashion and beauty store.
Nze basically I'm a Uganda journalist.
Simanyi oba Uganda
doesn't Ugandaize. You a criminal lawyer?
No, I'm not a criminal lawyer. But I am a lawyer.
You a lawyer?
But I'm not an advocate or an attorney.
Okay.
Because I didn't go to LDC to get my practicing license. Yeah.
Oli wamanyi nnyo ku Twitter. Via information gy'oteekayo. Is it intentional or you are trying to portray the country like in such a manner?
What do you mean, is it intentional? Everything I say is true. For me, I'm always speaking the truth.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me which thing I've spoken on Twitter that is not true.
A man of your stature, you wake up and go on Twitter every day and you start winch hunting the Speaker of Parliament.
What do you mean winch hunting?
N'omulemerako ku kyamabaati, n'omulemerako oli musajja mufumbo olina omukyala n'abaana ku nkula gy'aba yakulamu, ku nfaanana gy'aba afaananamu. Is that etiquette enough?
Naye, isn't it true that she stole Mabati? She stole Mabati, not so? So if she stole Mabati and I tell her that she's a thief, is it how bad is that?
Tebamutwala mu kooti. That means byagwera.
Do you trust the process, the criminal procedure process in the country, especially when it goes to such people who can use their positions of power to obstruct prosecution? Do you trust it? No. So if you don't trust it, me, I am there to serve them poetic justice. Yes.
Case in point,
so she bleached.
But
we were together in FDC. I'm still explaining.
Hey.
She was black. So she went and bleached. Now she's multicolored. Huh?
She's brown.
No, she's multicolored. You see the knuckles are black. Then the fingers are somehow brown. The thighs are brown. Then the neck is bruised as if
But that's body shaming.
No, it's not. It's called description. If you are a writer and you're going to describe someone like Anita, if you bw'obeera muwandiisi ng'oyagala kuwandiika ku Anite n'ogamba nti you have to describe everything ne kano bino ebyagaana okubreachinga half baked knuckles byonna olina okubiwandiika so that a person can understand that that is Anita Among. You have to, she stole Mabati, using her position as number 3 in the country to circumvent prosecution. So how bad is that? Describing someone.
That brings me to a question.
Because for you are not a writer, you won't understand.
But that brings me to a
Definitely,
question.
If I were to,
That is
describe
description.
you, I would describe your hair, your curly hair, huh? And you wouldn't say, you wouldn't argue that please, it is straight. I wouldn't put a Muyindi hair on your head when you have an African kind of hair.
Okay. This is a person who was in FDC. What went west, what went south? Gwenaye, Honor Speaker.
Katolaba, omanya abapatiri. Me, I'm not religious, but omanya abapatiri bano father bano bani. They spend all their life preaching against evil, against the devil. So the following day when oyo mupatiri stane bwamuyita nagamba jangu tutule wamutulie ate nawe nojja ate ng'obadde omulwanyisa. That is living an ambidextrous life. That is double standard. So Anita, we were together in FDC. She was, we are all preaching the gospel of change, the doctrine of change against the Museveni regime. Kati, she somehow said, now she looks at Museveni as the Holy Father. So, which kind of person is that? Hypocrisy.
You a political activist, and your main aim is for change, for a better Uganda. Naye Uganda egenda kyuka etya nga mwabenkizo. You are in exile today. Osuubira omusajja owa boda agende yeeyiwe ku nguudo nga mwabasoma ebitabo abamanyi amateeka muvudde mu ggwanga lino.
Katolaba, me I've been involved in activism since 2001. Every election I'm involved, and even every activity on the street I've been involved. But people are, they are nonchalant, they lack inertia. You have seen Besigye on the street, alone, almost alone anyway. People don't join him, and him being our father of activism, our father of defiance, him being on the street would really mean a spark. He would spark a revolution. So if me, I have sacrificed myself, I've put my life in danger through literature, and they almost murdered me, and I flee the country to get medical attention. And you say that I am running away from my responsibilities, I don't really understand. So people would have joined me and we cause change. But
so were you betrayed by the people? Uganda?
You see, we have betrayed Besigye. We have betrayed Besigye, our leader. Okay. I cannot speak for Bobby Wine because he's NUP, me I'm FDC, but you see, every election we normally attempt to reclaim our victory. That is why you've seen from up to 2021 we have not had any post-election violence, or we have seen post-election, we've seen post-election silence. It has never happened before. So we are now waiting for 2026 election. So which kind of activism is that?
And do you think 2026 will change the results for a better Uganda?
Elections cannot work. Because it has failed before. What is going to work is not elections, definitely. This man has to be, we have to go on the street and we push him. That is why when you go 10 of you on the street, definitely they will bring out mambas and what, and they are tear gas, because they fear, the regime fears masses. So if 10,000 people on Kampala street, the regime cannot do anything about them.
But
what can they do?
At most cases, when you are termed as a threat, at some point the regime can come to negotiations. Such moments, and why didn't you negotiate with the regime?
You see, that is the problem. I have told you before that I cannot cut deal with the devil, because I'm fighting Satan or devil, so I cannot cut deal with him.
So the regime is a devil?
Yeah, definitely. Museveni is Satan and his son is the devil, and that entire circle. So you cannot really negotiate with such people. If you negotiate with them, so that means operation ends. Yeah, the country has to go to a certain direction that we want. We don't have to remain in this kind of bullshit that we're in.
Why do you describe and classify the first son as a typical drunkard?
Isn't he a drunkard?
I don't have proof to that.
Yeah, of course, you don't have proof, but for I have. You have seen him using Twitter when he's inebriated. So you would have asked maybe, why do I call him a cannibal?
Why do you... Okay. Cannibal kwe kuba nti bakanywa musaayi bali banyama.
So you saw how my body was shredded and my thighs, they picked flesh from my thighs, So where did he put the flesh that he picked from my thighs? Where did he put them? So,
but you claim you met him.
Of course, that's why I'm asking, where did he put the flesh? So that's why I call him a cannibal. Do you see Emboozi becoming the president and taking Uganda for some good time? Of course, if Ugandans do not wake up, definitely we shall see a murderer and a thief being replaced by the worst murderer and a thief. So it is up to Ugandans to say no, we don't want that. With all the torture, ebizibu byonna by'ozoyiseemu okusibibwa, seems you failed to learn nothing. You've continued. But what do you learn from torture? Definitely for you, I've never been tortured. So I have been tortured before. So you cannot. For what reason? For my own reasons. I don't understand. I would have asked you, what did you learn from it? I learned something. But kyentegeeza nti kakwenza bino byonna lwaki topowa? Lwaki tova ku basajja? Let me tell you something. Atemba vehicle, what do you mean? It is my responsibility. It is my responsibility to fight. Actually, I fight for myself and my children. So as I've said, I don't want my children to say that our father tolerated such to lead the country when he was alive. So that is the reason why I don't want to remain in exile. I can go back home anytime I want. Wayita wangojja, because it's the biggest question gye babuuziza when I posted your picture. The biggest question, you fly out of the country without a passport. I didn't fly out of the country because I was blacklisted at the airport and official borders. So why do you say I flew out? How did you come out of the country? Wayitawa. That is why I said I don't want to narrate because it is a big story. Yes. If you want to know the story, I have already documented it in my book, The Savage Avenger. Buy the book, read everything, how I fled the country without a passport. But okimanyi bulungi okuwandiika kirungi nnyo naye okusoma is not our DNA. Si culture ya bannayuganda banaategeera batya information eyo nga gwe kakwenza ali wano tosobola kugyeyogererako. Anti omanyi, let me tell you something. If you cannot read, they say that if you want to hide some knowledge from Africans, put it in books. Actually, I've realized that it is not only Africans, even the Caucasians, some of them don't read, but not a majority read. But Ugandans, the reason why they are encapsulated in ignorance and all that, or they are lied because they don't read, they don't find out the truth for themselves. So I implore Ugandans to read so that they have the basis to argue or to think. There is a way reading, there is a way how reading can make us critical thinkers. So have you ever seen a critical thinker who doesn't read? No. Exactly. So Ugandans must read. I understand. And they understand. Okay. And I understand wali mulwadde, but a man of your caliber, you exposed your private parts to Stella Nyanzi. Why would you do that? What is wrong? Is Stella Nyanzi your wife? Kankikuddiremu. Omusajja nga ggwe ebitundu bye ebyakyama n'obiteekebwa Stella Nyanzi n'atandika bitigaatiga. What are private parts? I'm talking about. Do you have evidence? Can you adduce evidence? But he touched them. I know where Evidence. Show me the evidence.
The pictures are over internet.
Yes, show me. Show me the picture of me, Stella Nyanzi, touching my...
At what point do you have to share with Stella Nyanzi your private part?
I have asked you, show me the picture where Stella Nyanzi...
It was a video. Flavia,
Oh, yes, bring it. What I remember is Stella Nyanzi as my mother. You know, I was tortured.
I know.
My body was shredded.
Yes.
So can you put lotion or medicine in your back?
But
You yourself.
They are male medical
Don't
workers.
ask me those things. Because she was my caretaker.
Oh.
Yes.
Kakwenza. Lastly,
Care of me.
if you met Museveni today, sengo sinkana Mwami Museveni, ne Mwami Muhoozi Kainerugaba, biki bye wandibagambye nga tetunagenda waanite?
I would tell them they are, and they know that I would tell them that.
Diaspora Connect UG is unapologetic about this.
You really like when you meet Satan right now. Are you a Christian?
I'm a Christian.
You always pray against Satan and what? So if you meet a devil or Satan right now, what would you?
You be straightforward to them
You strangle.
and tell them you're devil.
You strangle them, then kati nowonya abantu bonna olumbe. Kati if you get an opportunity n'ogwa ku Satan esaawa zino gwe ng'omukkiriza
Yes.
omutuga kati n'owonya your fellow believers n'obawonya olumbe kati nze esaawa zino right now when I have met Museveni and Muhoozi, I've been manacled.
Okay.
So I didn't do anything. I was on gunpoint and manacled.
Wabasisinkana naye nga you can't give out your opinion?
I said I was manacled and on gunpoint. I was chained,
Yes.
handcuffed, chained,
Yes.
and on gunpoint.
Okay.
So, Sawas, if I meet them here, no what. Sawas, me, nengo ku Museveni ne mutabaniwe. Mponya abana Uganda bonna olumbe. So,
Kakwenza,
yeah.
for you. Kakwenza.
To come back here.
Kakwenza omuli. Kakwenza omuli.
Oh my goodness.
Kati gwe ng'omuntu eyadduka e Uganda
Kakwenza.
n'ojja wano mu America. Kati bw'ogwa ku muntu eyakutuusa ku ekyo ekyakudde
Sagala namugwako.
bw'omugwako n'omusanga ng'acrossing okuba omutomera butomezi. Because right now in Uganda you cannot even come near his car.
I know.
He's protected.
Wambaye mu kantu akeeru ng'akapapa.
That's why I said the leopard dance moving in a cage. Alinga abadde atunda popcorn.
Ndowooza bino Museveni bimulya byemwogera.
Singa tebimulya singa batu picking and they torture us. Of course it hurts him.
Do you see a smooth transition?
People don't want the truth. So that is why they use violence to assert their dominance. They use violence to assert their dominance because they don't want the truth.
Transition of power, it should be smooth. Mu nsi ezikulaakulanye. Ekyo kiraba mu Uganda. Oba tugenda kuddayo mu bya 1986.
If we go back to what I said, democracy depends on strong and independent institutions.
Yes.
If we had strong and independent institutions,
Yes.
rule of law,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be asking yourself or you wouldn't be doubting about the transition of power.
Yeah.
Peaceful transition of power. You would know that elections, they are fair, free and fair. People have the capacity, have the power to say no to this person and they vote for another one.
Yes.
But if the Electoral Commission is under gunpoint to to declare a computer-generated president,
Okay.
what are you talking about? Or if our laws were respected, you would know that if Museveni, like for example, right now, Singagwa Muchinabero Nafa, definitely the vice president would become the president.
Yes.
But right now, do you think that is according to the law?
To the law. Yes.
That is why I've said strong and independent institutions. Naye kati olaba saawa zino Museveni bw'agwa mu kinaabiro, do you think that Alupo can become president?
That's a question for another day.
If
By law.
If we are following the laws, if Uganda was
Flavia tekisoboka. ate olyaddewo
If we followed the laws,
mukwano
definitely she would become president like you saw in Tanzania. But now that we are living under a kleptocratic gerontocracy,
kikyoba otegeeza ku ekyo ekigambo njagala maama afuso akitegeera ali eka
mama afusa tamanyi luzungu ate nange ebyo sibimanyi mu Luganda kati okay nga bwolaba exactly how you see the things in Uganda that describes those words ababbi abatemu abakadde ababbi bonna bali eyo so that is why you ask yourself on the question of the peaceful transition.
Thank you so much. Diaspora Connect UG enze kawali Isaac Case ngambadde n'omwami Kakwenza. Sanso kula basebo.
Yes, I want to make it categorically clear.
Yes.
You see, Ugandans, they always say that for me I'm abuseful. Whoever thinks that I'm abuseful is an idiot. You know why? I have told you that you have to describe things the way they are. If, for example, the parliament, they are doing foolish things, who does the foolish things? A fool, not so?
A fool.
So if you call them a fool, is that
it is the parliament, then the parliament, the MPs are also foolish?
Whoever does that whoever does foolish things is a fool. Whoever steals, like Anita Among, whoever steals Mabati is a thief. So if I say you are a thief, that doesn't mean that I'm abusing you.
No. You don't continue.
No. The reason why, you know, Ugandans forget easily.
Yes.
That is how you forgot even about the junk helicopters. Because you normalized stealing. That is how you forgot about the stolen election of 2021. You don't have to move on.
That
is the reason why we are still in these problems. So, if I say, if you steal money and I call you a thief, that is not abusing. If you're plump, you have a big stomach, and what I say, you have a pot belly, I am not abusing you. I am not insulting you. I am telling you the truth. Isn't it true that you have a big stomach?
If you have
if you bleached from black to now colored, I can't say white or I can't say brown.
It's beautiful brown.
What are you talking about?
Kakwenza. Thank you so
much. You cannot say that I'm insulting you.
Okay.
It is the truth.
Thank you so much. We are International Diaspora Connect UG. Ebirowoozo byonna bya mukulu Kakwenza. Case official. Bibyo ze ndimulekwa.
Yeah, all attributed to me. Nze siti abeduduma. I used to say these things when I was in Uganda.
Yes.
People should not say that I'm saying these things because I'm in exile.
Yes.
I used to say these things
Where in Uganda?
When I was in Uganda. Kati tebasobola kugamba I'm a coward, I ran away. Me, I say things the way they are. That is the reason why in 2020 when I came out of prison.
Yes.
On a sick bay in Nairobi, Aga Khan Hospital.
Yes.
I wrote another book and I came to Uganda and I published it. The following day, SFC, they surrounded my home and arrested me. So, I am not a coward. So, I do things. Right now, I want to go back home. Singa mbadde na passport enzikiriza kuddayo waka. Naye kyengenda okukola, right now, I can go the way I left. Kati ne bagenda okundaba, I have already arrived. Do they have evidence that I left the country?
Diaspora Connect UG.
Apart from the pictures in abroad, they could be Photoshop. So I could be still in the country since they didn't see me leaving, so I can return the way I left, and I cause chaos.
Thank you so much.
Because they are always sleeping. How did I escape the 24/7 surveillance around my house? The following day, I mean in the evening, they heard that...
were you that a threat?
I don't know.
You don't have a gun?
But
because of a pen?
I have already told you, see, tall people. We command respect.
Tall people, we command respect. Flavia knows okitegedde, Madrat okitegedde. Told people we command respect.
No one can disrespect a person. Now you are shorter than me. Where do you gather the gumption to disrespect a person who is taller than you?
But there are shorter people here.
Yes. Where does she get the gumption to disrespect you?
Can you imagine?
So kati abo bagwagwa kye bakola. They bajja ne bakusibe amaguru n'emikono ne bakola. That is why they use brutality.
Tetuyinza sukka kawo tweyanza nnyo kakwenza tukyakuyina nnyo tugenda batwogeranga nawe mu buli mbeera ne bagiyita Diaspora Connect International Media Center. Right now oli mu California, LA, but you've been for a while in Germany. Obadde okola kyeri then kyekikuleese mu America?
Kati olaba ever since I published my book, I've been on a world book tour.
Okay.
I've been everywhere in the whole world, all continents except Asia side and the Russia side.
Yes.
But Oceania, in Africa, I've been there except Uganda and a few countries I cannot go to. In North America, I've not been to South America anyway. I've been in the US and Canada. So, world book tour.
That's what you do.
Yes. So in May this year, I was admitted at University of California to study my Master of Laws in Health Law. I was given a full scholarship. So I will study here for 1 year,
Okay.
continue and do my PhD. So I'm here in California to study. But the book tour is still going on.
Thank you so much. Tweyanza nnyo tweyanza Diaspora Connect UG. Abantu mwena abatwabere gye musinzidde okwandi omutulaba subscribing nga sharinga. Yenze kawaya Isaac Kais alongside Flavian Namlindwa, Wycliffe Lyombya, Eric Mbowa, Wajid, Yefe Diaspora Connect International Media Center.
You're watching Diaspora Connect UG. The views expressed on this program or commentary are solely of the individuals providing them and do not represent or reflect the official policy or position of this YouTube channel or its management. You've been watching Diaspora Connect UG, bringing you closer to home.